YouTube, how's it going? Frogs Angels is back, and I have Week 16 score predictions for you guys today. I do this video every single week. We also do straight up picks with multiple Frogs Angels members. For Week 16, that video is on the channel. It's a good one. We have a special skit done by Danny Provolone for the Christmas Eve game, Broncos Raiders. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's good for a laugh, and you get to see some picks during the video. But what we do here, I predict the scores, and we take a look at some lines, see if there's any games worth putting money on. Before we get started, follow our Twitter, Frogs_Angels. We talk during live games on there. A lot of good stuff there. Playoff, Super Bowl predictions updated every single week. Go on some rants sometimes. It's good stuff. Link in the description for that. Go check it out. Let's get into some scores, though. Why not? Saturday game, Redskins 10, Titans 23. Titans looking pretty good. Derrick Henry looks like one of the best backs in football right now. I'd imagine they keep that rolling. They don't have a whole bunch of offense, but the Redskins really beat up. Obviously not at the top of their game right now, even though they're coming off a win. I expect this to be a pretty easy. The Titans are pretty good at home too. I expect it to be a pretty easy win. I got them winning by 13. They're minus 10. Maybe it's a lot of points for you to put money on the Titans because they do keep games close sometimes. But I got them winning by 13. I think they should take care of business here. I think the only reason the Redskins won, I don't want to take any credit away. Josh Johnson looking pretty good in the limited amount of time he's had to prepare. Other guys stepping up. Peterson's had a pretty good year, but they beat the Jags. So it's going to be a much different matchup against the Titans. I like the Titans by 13 there. Ravens, Chargers. I got the Chargers winning 24-20. I think it's a close game. I really think being in LA is the difference in this game. I think we've seen the Broncos beat the Chargers. Yeah, it's a division game. They beat them away too. The Ravens got a defense like the Broncos. It's even better. The Ravens have one of the better defenses in football, so they could cause problems. Rivers did struggle in the first half against the Chiefs, so the Ravens defense could give them trouble. They can win the game. I still think I like Lamar Jackson a lot. He's been played very well. He's been winning games. I still think he's going to have his mistakes, and it makes sense that it happens. It's okay that it happens. So it could come in this game, against Derwin James, against Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram. So we'll see here. But I like the Chargers in a tight one here. Could go either way, though, like I said, because the Ravens defense could cause problems for the Chargers. Chargers are minus 4.5. Wouldn't touch that game. Just wouldn't touch it. Bengals 20, Browns 28. The Browns are balling. They're also the much better team. They're also at home. Pretty confident about them winning by at least a touchdown here. They're minus 9.5, though. Another one I wouldn't touch either way, honestly, for either team. Buccaneers 17, Cowboys 27. Cowboys looked pretty bad last week, but they did play the Colts. Do they snap out of it? We've seen teams get broken, really. Like the Bears, did they break the Rams? Did the Colts just break the Cowboys? Is that what just happened? So maybe they can struggle in this one. Maybe it ends up being close. Honestly, I think they're the much better team, so I got them winning by 10. They're minus 7. Another, just for the reasons that I explained. I do have my doubts a little bit. I think they win the game, but for those reasons I explained, it could be closer than I have it. So for that reason, I really wouldn't touch it. But I do have them covering the minus 7 there by winning by 10. So wouldn't touch it, though. Vikings 23, Lions 17. I think the Vikings are the much better team, but this game always ends up being close. It is away for the Vikings, too. They play much better home. Lions are also much better home. They're home in this game. I don't see the Lions scoring too many points. Last time they met, the Vikings got 10 sacks on them. You got to think they would get a good amount of sacks. They're not going to get 10, but they got 9 last week against the Dolphins. But you got to think they're going to be able to get a good amount of sacks to keep them from scoring really more than 17 points. Vikings offense looked real sharp last week against the Dolphins. The Lions defense has been playing very good, so I don't know if they score too many points this week. I think it'll be close just because it's a division game. I got the Vikings winning by 6. They are minus 5.5, so maybe too close to call on that one. Giants 13, Colts 27. Big win for the Colts there. The Giants didn't score any points on the Titans. Maybe the Titans defense a little better than the Colts, but the Colts defense has been balling, looking very solid, held the Cowboys to 0. So there's really no reason the Giants should score any more than this amount of points, and the Colts can score. It's going to be tough for the Giants to cover T.Y. Hilton. Marlon Mack's been balling. Andrew Luck's at the top of his game. Colts are minus 9.5. I got them winning by, 14s. I think they'll win by double digits. I really do. 9.5 is a lot of points, but I'm pretty confident they'll win by double digits. Just what happened in that Jags game, see how bad the Jags are right now. Maybe the worst team in football at the moment. So little scary, but the Colts are home here. I'm pretty confident they'll win by double-digit points here. So I don't love it, but that's the first one I kind of like. Jaguars 10, Dolphins 21. Don't take too much from last week's game. The Dolphins were away against the Vikings, one of the harder places to play, and the Dolphins aren't good away, and they're very good at home. Very good at home. So, they're playing a fellow Florida team, so maybe there won't be too much home field advantage, but they've been very good at home. I got them winning by 11. The Jags, like I said, maybe one of the worst teams in football right now. And the Dolphins are only minus 4.5. I think they got to at least win by a touchdown, so I kind of like that game as well. But could they struggle to score? Their offense really struggled last week against the Vikings D. I still think the Jags D is pretty good, so maybe they struggle to score, but I still think that they could win by a touchdown, at least 6 points, and they're minus 4.5. So I like the Dolphins in that one. Bills 17, Patriots 28. 11-point win for the Patriots. They are trying to find the game here on my phone, trying to look for the spread. Minus 13 for the Patriots. Got them winning by 11. Probably too close to call. Bills been playing pretty good. Patriots have not, so maybe closer than everyone thinks. Tough call on that one. Packers 27, Jets 17. So latest news is Aaron Rodgers is playing, which is crazy because we hear excuse after excuse, week after week, new injury, and I've been kind of supporting him with that. I'm like, he definitely looks hurt. He's got to be hurt. They're going to be back next year. Packers will be battling for that North when he's healthy, but and it was a new injury last week against the Bears when he slid and no one touched him. And now he's playing when the season's over, so he's not hurt. He's not hurt, so the Packers will go in there and win this game 27-17. Lost some respect there. I don't know where this comes from. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's the team. Packers using this excuse. Last year was a legitimate excuse. I don't know if it applies anymore right now because you think you would deactivate him if he was actually hurt. So he's 100% healthy. He's ready to go in this game. They're better than the Jets, even though they had a rough year. They'll win this game. I got them winning by 10. And the line right now is Packers minus 3. I think maybe Vegas was assuming that Rodgers was hurt like they said he was and he would play, but it turns out he's 100% healthy, so he's going to play. So maybe that line changes, but if it sits at Packers minus 3, I like them. Darnold's been playing really good ball, though. The Jets could win this game, but the Packers are still out to prove something, apparently. They want to win some games, so we'll see if they can do it. Right away, I'm not going to touch this game. Maybe one of the hardest games to pick all year. Texans-Eagles. Eagles win 27-24 for me. Because they're home. The home team wins this game for me. That's the reasoning. Nick Foles is the right quarterback right now for the Eagles. He's got some magic. He can win the games. They can stop the run first. Playing the pass is going to be tough, though. Watson's obviously good, but DeAndre Hopkins, how are they going to cover him? So that's why I'm back and forth in this game. It's going to be a real good game. I cannot wait to watch this game. Can't wait. Eagles are minus 2.5, so right off the bat, I said I wouldn't touch it. I'm sticking with that. Would not touch it. Really, things both ways. Like I said, DeAndre Hopkins and that group, I think, will dominate the Eagles secondary, but the Eagles can also just worry about the pass coverage. They will be able to stop the run without worrying about it too much, I think. So, and Nick Foles will score. He will get them in the end zone. Elshon is a new man with Nick Foles. So, since it's back and forth, the tiebreaker goes to the home team there for me. So, and that crowd's going to be nuts in Philly. It always is, but now more than ever. So, I got the Eagles. Changed my picks since the straight-up picks here. I took the Falcons 28-16. Cam Newton, hasn't played it like himself this year. We just find out not too long ago that he's hurt. Has not been using an excuse all year, so you got to respect him for that. And then now he's deactivated, so he is hurt. You can see it in his game. So they deactivate him. Right thing to do. So unfortunate there. So with Heineke back there, he's an athlete. He can play. He's not bad. They could win this game at home. But I like the Falcons coming off a good win, good big win. They were able to score some points. So I think they'll go out there, score a good amount of points here. So Falcons by 12. Kind of hard one to bet on, though, because, you don't really know what you're going to get from Heineke. He could put up some points. Him and McCaffrey, honestly, can play pretty well together, I think. So we'll see. They may use DJ Moore in underneath stuff a lot in this game. So rollouts for Heineke. They can be a surprise this week, and they actually can put up some points. So that's why it's a little scary to put money on this game. Falcons are minus 3.5. I do have winning by 12. I kind of like the 3.5. I said the Panthers could be surprising, and they are at home, but the Falcons should win this game here by a touchdown. I guess for the reasons I explained, I guess it's a little scary. little scary. I try, even though I get the score and have them covering, try to find reasons for both teams. If I can't find any reasons, that's how I tell that I really like a game. So it is a little scary, but I have the Falcons easily covering here, -3.5. Rams, I think they get it together here. They are playing maybe the worst team in football, 31-17. I think they figure it out in this game. If they lose this game, it's time for panic. It really is, unless they're hiding stuff in the playoffs. But why would they try to get rid of that second seed for the third seed? Long shot, but maybe they don't want to buy. They don't want to get rusty. That is a complete long shot. I think they're really just struggling. But I think they figured out this game, but it won't tell us if for sure they figured it out because they're playing the Cardinals. Rams are -13.5. I got them winning by 14. Pretty close call. A lot of points. Moving on. Bears 28, Niners 20. I think the Niners get a decent amount of points against maybe the best defense in football. Eddie Jackson, I believe, is going to sit. The Niners at home, they've been balling, so I think they have a little advantage there, but the Bears are still the much, much better team. I got the Bears winning by 8, so maybe a little closer than people think, but it'll be somewhat comfy. You won't be scared at any time, I don't think, but the Bears are only -4. Last time I liked the Bears in this scenario, they lost to the Giants, so it is a little scary. The Giants had a sloppy field too, and the Bears, I think the receiver unit, who's been excellent all year, really struggled in that game. And the Niners, the Seahawks are complaining about the Niners' sloppy conditions on the field, so maybe that comes into play. I don't know. The Bears they're hot right now. They're much better, so I like the Bears. -4, though. It looks like I like them, but yeah, keep in mind about the sloppy field. Seahawks played terrible on it. The Bears played bad on the Giants field, but they did have Chase Daniel. I don't know if that's that much of a difference, but keep those in mind if you want to take that game. Steelers 24, Saints 30. Yeah, I have both teams figuring out offense. A little surprising because the Steelers been struggling on offense, and then last week they win the game against the Patriots off of defense. The Saints' defense much, much improved, while their offense has been on the decline. So this, maybe weeks ago, this would look like a very accurate score, but now it's kind of a bold prediction, I think. Not too bold because you expect these teams, two teams, to do this, but I'm going for it. I think they get back up to scoring. There's people that think the Steelers are going to win after that Patriots win. They got the momentum. I think it's possible. This one's in New Orleans. Big-time game. I really think the Saints will win this game, but I do have it close. -5.5. They're winning by 6. Too close to call for me. Chiefs 28, Seahawks 27. Yeah, that's close. Very close. I'm pretty confident about the Chiefs winning, but I do have it a 1-point game. I think the Seahawks will run all over them, but I also think the Chiefs will pass all over the Seahawks. But I think what you may say, will it be in the 30s then? The Chiefs could usually get in the 30s, but I think with the Seahawks' ability to run the ball, and I think the Chiefs, using Damian Williams and Spencer Ware if he plays a lot in the run game, the slip screen game, I think the clock rolls. So it's still high scoring, but I don't know if they get in the 30s because the clock will continue to roll. But 28-27. I think the Chiefs will be winning most of this game. It is tough to play Seattle in Seattle. It's tough to play them in prime time as well, but they haven't seen a team like the Chiefs. I think they'll throw downfield on them for the most part. Confident about them winning, but I think it'll be damn close because that Seattle run game, Chris Carson, I think, has a day. It is Chiefs -2.5, so it's tough. I am confident about the Chiefs winning, but, it's tough. 2.5 is tough. Pretty close call. Broncos 27, Raiders 21. Like I said in our straight up picks, we had like a funny skit Danny Provolone did. So in our straight up picks, go check that out. Pretty funny. But Broncos 27, Raiders 21. Christmas Eve game. What a Christmas Eve game. Jesus. Broncos -2.5. They've been struggling a lot though. The Raiders have been looking a little better. I think Phillip Lindsay runs wild in this game. 2 games in a row, I predicted running back to play very well. But I think Phillip Lindsay plays very well. I think Keenum can get going too once he gets outside the pocket, which he does pretty solid. He's pretty solid at. I think the Broncos defense can step up too. If Von Miller and Bradley Chubb get the car, could get a strip sack, could force an interception. I like the Broncos in this one by 6. They're -2.5. They've been struggling, but I kind of like that game. Kind of like it. But that's going to do it for my score predictions. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Check out our other videos. We got straight up picks, like I said, power rankings, all kinds of fun stuff here. 10K, that's our subscriber goal. Please help us get there by clicking that subscribe button, and clicking the like button would be much, much appreciated as well. But that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everyone's support. It's been great. Goodbye.